noticed something about me when we jumped on before you hit record. You said, "Oh, did you get a haircut?"
Uh-huh.
I didn't, but this will be my first hatless episode,
What
right?
happened to your hat?
Nothing happened to my hat yet, and I don't want to sound alarmist, but my house was hit by lice.
Oh no.
Shay comes home and
uh,
goes, "My head sure is itchy." So she runs out to the store and she grabs like the fucking medication, the fucking little lice combs.
oh
So
no.
so sorry I'm a little late. The last I don't know hour and a half has been just treating the house of lice, and I think you'll see some pillows behind me that they have to stay. Apparently, lice need 24 hours with no like blood, like human blood, to be able to get to. So, yep, that's what they're doing. They're going to sit
I
there
didn't
with
even
no.
like we jumped so into this so fast. I didn't have time to like get the light set up yet.
Yep,
But
that
you
was
know,
my mad face, my stink meaner face.
damn.
No, not stink meaner. But
Um,
yeah, so I was salty.
um, so are you allowed out?
Yeah, I don't think
Can
it's
you exist like in the
yeah.
world or
And then she like did like the little monkey and like went behind me like
and just ate them?
she was just like eating them. So she didn't even see anything in my hair. So we're just treating the house
So who
everybody in
brought
the house
them? Who do
preemptively.
you think brought them? One of the kids from school?
Probably Salem.
Mm.
Shay's a school nurse now,
Hmm.
sort of. And so I don't know. I genuinely don't know if there's a single louse in the whole entire house, but since she's a school nurse, she sees that shit all the time. So she's like, "Oh my God, there's so many cases." And here's my guess is that probably every single school, every single year, there's a ton of cases. We just don't hear about them, right?
Dude, do you remember being in school? Like motherfuckers would have lice all the time, and you'd have to. Do you remember in your cubby, you'd have to put everything in like a trash bag?
No, I don't
Did you
think that
ever?
I
Oh
ever
yeah,
ran. I don't think I ever ran into it.
dude. And then like they would always send the kid back. Like I remember this girl had it in her neighborhood, and they would just send her to school with. It's like, yo, like you actively have lice, which is super contagious, I believe.
Was it Hey Arnold where what was the TV show? Was it Hey Arnold or was it Doug or something where there was a lice outbreak and one of the really popular girls got it and she was washing her hair so
No,
much.
it was wasn't it Recess?
It probably was
Wasn't it
Recess.
the Ashleys? Right?
I think
Ashley,
so.
Ashley,
And
Ashley.
apparently, if you wash your hair all the time, that's where the lice like to go.
They like that clean ass hair.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna
Uh,
not wash my hair for a while.
you know what? You might have to isolate yourself and just sorry, can't work out
Um,
lice.
that's right. I have my computer. I can just work remotely.
Yeah, dude, that's nasty.
I guess. Like I said, she went through and she didn't see anything, but I'm just out of precaution. We're like changing all the sheets, changing all our towels, and changing all our
Hear me out.
yeah
And if it was pubic lice,
crabs.
because also lice,
It sure is.
just in your nether
Wouldn't be so
region,
bad. Wait.
and you get a cool little comb. So then you could use the comb.
Yeah, I do be combing my pubes.
So what do you have to do with your hat? Do you have to wash it, I guess?
Apparently, you just well, maybe I
Can-
should. I don't know. I've never washed a hat before.
Well, you probably also don't. Well, I don't know. Very well, you could have lice.
I could have lice, so I should probably. You know what? I should just buy a new hat.
You got
I should
nits.
buy a new hat.
Is
Yeah.
that what
The
they're?
nits are like the eggs or the dead ones or something.
Oh, really? Like
before,
that's
before
actually
they like nits are like the precursor, I think. So that's what she had me checking her hair. So I was also just checking her hair and trying to see, but I couldn't see anything. I don't know if I'm just fucking blind or I can't.
Are they
I just
small?
I couldn't tell.
They're
They're very
tiny, aren't they?
small. They're fine small. She's like, oh yeah, you won't be able to tell the difference between that and dandruff. So
I guess
just
if
like,
one's moving.
well,
Right?
the eggs or the nits don't
Oh,
move.
right, because they
so,
burrow into your skin. So even if you shaved your head, that wouldn't do anything.
right, exactly. Yeah, right.
Um,
So yeah, so the process is you have to like kind of like flick, and if you just like with your finger can't do it, if you have to use like your nail, then apparently it's lice.
that's devastating for you, man.
I guess.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
It was just an upsetting fucking evening. I had these nice little pumpkin ravioli things
Ooh,
for dinner with
okay.
a little vegetable medley.
And what was dessert?
No dessert yet.
Lice.
I got derailed by my crabs.
Um,
Are they head crabs?
yeah, technically, dude, they're
Okay.
fucking nasty looking too.
Oh, I
Like,
don't
if you
want
ever look at like a picture of them like
listen,
zoomed in,
anything that's real small like that zoomed in or
nasty.
magnified
Dude, they got
just
like
looks
800
disgusting.
like legs, and they look like fucking monsters, but like on a
Um,
really small.
you ever see there's the guy on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and he has a magnifying or a microscope, and he'll just take different things and put it under the microscope and like food mostly or
And just like
oh,
analyze
and
it,
just
or
show
just
you. He'll just show you what it is, and like it looks fucking terrifying. Like it makes you want to not eat meat or vegetables or use the bathroom because everything that he shows you is just fucking disgusting.
you know what I've been really into?
Hmm.
Those people that do those. This terrarium will outlive me by 100 years. I want one.
Those are cool.
They're cool.
They
It's
seal
like
it
a
up.
self-sustaining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
like
seal them up. So what is it? It's
I put a
like,
little. There's some rocks and some water and some peat moss and some
and then there's like a certain bug type that they use that
yeah like a
like shits.
plankton.
Yeah, and it like causes, and then like he like sprays it, and then he's like, all right, I'll open it in 6 months, spray it once more, and then seal it forever.
That's
And
wild.
like everything like dies, and then and then he always puts like two little dinosaurs in there, just because. That's
Uh,
cool.
we should make one.
Do you want to?
Kind of.
Wait,
Yeah,
we should
that
do
would be
that.
interesting.
That's an episode right there.
We're just
That,
like
that's
"Whee!"
some
doing our
content
arts and
making a
crafts.
tirade. You know what though? Before we get any further, I wanted to say to anyone listening, if you want to talk shit, do not take it off of the post after you've talked your shit.
The sneaky delete.
That is a sneaky delete. Like, we are all for it. Eric and I will we will
Oh,
engage with you. Uh, for anyone listening, Eric and I 100% run our Instagrams. So you're
yeah.
talking to
Bring the smoke.
bring the smoke. It's fine. We don't care. But don't then delete it when we fire back. That shit's frustrating. It happened today.
You should
I
have
kind of want to
screenshotted
go
it.
back and post in the story the actual comment. Like, you can take the comment and post it, but the dude deleted it, so I can't find it
Yeah,
now.
you should have screenshotted it.
Yeah, and then
Should have thought
posted
about
that
it.
as a story. Like, what's up? That's so frustrating to me.
Oh, it's just a motherfucker that I don't know. They think that it's that internet anonymity
Mhm.
that gives people, and then as soon as they're hit with any resistance, then they're like they fold.
Because what is it? A keyboard warrior or
A troll, or it could be a troll.
A troll, I think, is like the definition, and dude. Like, okay, if you watch something that you don't like or whatever, I'll say like that was dumb. But then like I don't ever take the time. Now you've taken the time out of your day to then comment. And I think he said something along the lines of like, "Oh, people can they'll make a podcast about anything." We were talking about midnight releases, which, by the way, dude, midnight releases for video games for gamers, that's something that is nostalgic as hell, right?
Mhm.
So it was a funny comment, but I responded, "Dude takes it down." So I'm assuming that makes him a troll.
So the way he fired back, I'm not even mad about what he said, but I entirely disagree. I think he said, "I guess they'll just let anybody make or not ever." Oh, he said no. He said this is proof that not everybody should make a podcast.
Yes.
And while I don't disagree that not everybody should, I think that this has been such a fucking cool. What have we been doing this for 10 months?
10
A little
months.
more than 10 months. This has been a fucking really cool thing. I don't give a fuck what that guy says. There's always going to be haters.
And that's the thing too. Like, okay, so you and I, we do our powwows in these episodes, and we talk about our lives, which was what we set out to do when we made this podcast, right? We wanted to talk about shit we want to talk about. But then you can't tell me that, like, you go back and watch any of those interviews we did, and like you said, dude, that shit's fucking cool. It's a cool thing. But like, some people like to just talk shit, and for whatever reason, that video had a much further reach. For some reason, it hit a lot of accounts. But dude, it's just like, that's happened to us twice. And the other one we were talking about blue cheese and ranch, and it
Oh,
was like
yeah.
kind of a similar comment.
Mhm.
And then I went on this dude's page, and it was like some super like hardcore like left wing extremist and it was like, yo, like, dude,
Hmm.
like I don't. It's
Trolls,
fucking
trolls.
yep. Internet.
Hate, 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 hate. What's
Yep.
that from Chappelle Show, the player haters ball, where they would just go hate, 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 hate. Dude,
Speaking of,
I was just watching Chappelle Show this weekend. It was
um,
episode one. What is
Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby, the blind white supremacist, but he's black. He
I'm
doesn't know
pretty
he's
sure too that episode came out and like almost got the Chappelle Show canceled. What 20 years ago? Like that was almost the Comedy Central was almost like fuck this.
Dude, it probably was 20 years ago. I was thinking I was in high school.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and there was what 2 seasons? I think like there was season 1, season 2, and that was it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Let me look that up. You're usually a beast at this, but I think that there's way more than Chappelle.
I
No,
think there
not
were 2 real
Chappelle.
seasons, and then they had like a 3rd season with like a bunch of like bullshit episodes.
You mean the Charlie Murphy episodes?
Well, no, but like
Guide.
I think
Oh, you're right.
season 1 and 2, like those were the main seasons because then I think he was offered a lot of money, but then something happened, you know, and then he kind of like stepped away.
Fucking pop copy. Yeah. So it aired.
Which Pop Copy, dude, like I always forget that that's Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
you know, and that's the first time I ever.
Michael Rappaport and you know who else does some shit for did some shit back then was Bill Burr. He
Bill
was
Burr
the
was-
announcer. He was the announcer at the the race draft, the racial draft. It was either that or the World Series of Craps.
Wasn't he also he was when they went to get the what was it, the Samuel Jackson? Wasn't he
One of the guys.
wasn't he one of the guys?
Probably. Sir, what is it? Sir, it's 10:30.
30 morning. You know what? Okay. But that would you say begs the question that yes. Is that a
Beg.
phrase?
Beg the question. It begs the. Mhm.
So
It
Dave
begs your
Chappelle
pardon.
puts out the Chappelle Show and it
Yeah.
kind of paves the way for what is that sketch, like the sketch comedy? Is that
I don't know.
is
if
that
it's-
is that not sketch comedy?
I think so, yeah. But I don't know if saying paved the way, like, SNL existed for.
Okay, so like,
How
but
many
with something that
years?
was funny. I shouldn't say that. That's I'm sorry, I take that back because that's gonna. Okay, so it brought out a different type of because I guess Mad TV was also around. Like,
Yeah.
I think it kind of paved the way for Key and Peele,
Also fantastic.
so good.
So I think that Chappelle Show for me is top dog. Can't be beat.
S tier, S tier.
Because of where I was in life. So I wonder if there's people that are, I don't know when Key and Peele came out, to 10 years later, maybe something like that, after Chappelle Show. So I don't know if there's people that are 10 years younger than me that feel like Key and Peele are, supremely funnier.
So, Key and Peele came out in January 31st, 2012. Wow, that's fucking wild.
So it's a little less than 10 years after Chappelle Show originally aired.
And I'm pretty sure Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele were Mad TV. I think that was they were on
Okay.
that show.
I know Keegan-Michael Key was oh wait, he's been in Archer. I've been watching Archer.
Dude,
a
he's
lot
in
of Archer lately.
Everything.
And he's one of the cops in the later seasons.
He's in Role Models.
Is
He plays one of
really?
the dudes at what is it? Sturdy Wings. He's like one of the counselors.
Okay.
But I think that both shows are hilarious,
Mhm.
right? So okay, if you had to pick, you would say Dave Chappelle, like the Chappelle Show is you like it more than Key and Peele.
And actually, I'm going to go ahead and say something that's probably going to be controversial. I don't even think Key and Peele is the second best sketch comedy show. of
So
all
it's number
time.
2.
Fucking Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Hold on. Backtrack. All right. Hold on. All right. Let's backpedal here, right? Okay.
R.I.P. Trevor Moore, by the way. That's a
You know, it's wild. So, fell off a balcony, and
just like the guy
Liam
from One
Payne.
Direction. Yeah.
dude, also tragic. Like, it's crazy. Like, that has to be the shittiest and scariest way to go. But Trevor Moore, I think, was intoxicated and he fell off, and then
So was Liam
and I
Payne.
think Liam Payne,
Yeah.
same thing.
I heard this morning. Yeah.
And so like, it's crazy that that happened to both of them. But I think the whitest kids you know wouldn't be able to be a thing today.
I
It
don't
would
think
not.
so
Well,
either.
you know what though? I don't think the Chappelle Show would also like. I think that a lot of these shows would have a hard time starting now.
I think we say that. I don't know if that's necessarily. I mean, by all means, it sounds right. Like they're way too fucking edgy, but and then, like you could say it about South Park as well. Like there can't be you can't duplicate what South Park has
Dude,
done. I don't think you
like,
could duplicate what any of these other shows have done as far as like edginess or
well, the whitest
being.
kids you know was edgier than the Chappelle Show or Key and Peele. I mean, it
Well, they
really was
were on what was that
fucking
channel?
IFC. Wasn't it
IFC.
IFC? Yeah.
Yes.
And
Where they did the skit where he was like, "You cannot say I'm going to kill the president of the
yeah,
United States
yes,
of
yes,
America." You
yes.
cannot say that on on TV. You cannot say that. But what you can say, and then they go about
Like
in a
all,
way to do so.
dude, what was it? The fucking World War III rap where he's like fucking Adolf Hitler, and it's like, yo, like that shit wouldn't fly. But I think that the whitest kids you know, is my favorite. I think that's number one for me, and that
Plug.
even
Yeah.
tops the Chappelle Show. But I think where I struggle with Key and Peele sometimes is some of the actual like sketches are fucking bizarre, like
Sure.
out there. I feel like the Chappelle Show had more consistently funny
Latest kids you
episodes.
know suffered from that as well. There were some real stinkers.
Some bizarre. You're right,
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just think that like maybe because no, I feel like the Chappelle Show that was first for me, and then the whitest kids you know, but they
Yeah.
were around the same time.
I think so. Yeah.
So anyone from the whitest kids you know, if you're listening to this, would love to have you come on and talk to us,
Yeah.
or Dave Chappelle, but the whitest kids you
I
know.
heard he's.
Yeah,
I heard Dave Chappelle's busy.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be reaching out to each and every one of you. Um, but I think though, okay, what would be number four? Are there four that
Is
you
there a
know?
fourth? Is there a fourth sketch comedy show? I don't think so. I think there's only
I
ever
didn't like
been
Mad
three.
TV at all,
Nah, it was weird. Except for Bobby Lee. I love Bobby Lee. He's
and I
fucking
still love
hilarious.
Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee is so
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
He was in Pineapple Express. He was one of the like like the opposing
Drug
whatever.
dealer.
Yeah, he was like it was who Gary Cole was like the corrupt cop, and like then they went to war with the Asians, and Bobby Lee was, and he was like on the roof, and Seth Rogen like shoots him in the head and like blows the top of his head off. That
What's
movie,
what's the podcast that he does?
oh, with Andrew Santino,
Yeah, I like that.
it's like not Crazy Friends, but
Something friends.
something like that. Well,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm assuming I think the two of them are best friends, and they say some like some of the shit on there is like fucked up, just roasting the fuck out of each other.
Sure. I mean, they
And I love it.
can.
I'm here for it.
I mean,
I'm here
yeah,
for
they
it.
definitely can. I mean, can they
But
be
they're
canceled?
really pushing the. That's what they always say.
They
Is,
are.
right? He's
They-
like, I really want to be careful so we don't get canceled.
Yeah.
But like all the time, they say
Yeah.
shit all the time.
Well, then that's I think that's why we can still have things like that and not be canceled, right? Like
Now,
you said that shows like that can't happen again. I think they can. I
what
think
about
that
The Office? Do you think that The Office would have to change? So there's some shit in there. Like we watch The Office every night before we go to bed, and there's an episode where Kelly Kapoor is in Michael's office and she's crying because um, she gave everyone like she switched up their evaluations so that way they all got like they didn't get raises or whatever. They all had
Mhm.
poor reviews, and they found out she was doing it. So Michael pulls her into her office, and she was like, "I was raped." And he's like, "You can't say you were raped every time I pull you in here to discipline you." Like, would that fly anymore? Because it's not on the TV. I think they cut it out of the TV, but you can still watch it on like Peacock or
Mm.
whatever.
I don't. I think that The Office should just be canceled for not just not being a good show.
It's so good. So you don't like any of the like you don't like Parks and Rec, The Office, was it The Good Place, Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is, I think, funny, but how about this? But all of those shows you just listed, I've given each of them a chance,
Yeah.
and I've never watched more than 5 episodes of each.
You know what
So
we started
they-
watching?
What?
The Rookie with Nathan Fillion, where he's like a construction worker turned cop at his ripe age of like 40, whatever.
That's not a new show, right?
It came out like 2008. It's still on, but it's like 2018, 2019 old.
I think I remember seeing clips
It's
because I
it's
don't think that Nathan Fillion's doing that much, is he?
um just every James Gunn movie, you'll find him as in
Sure.
a cameo role. He was in Guardians 3, wasn't he?
Okay, James
He was
Gunn.
in like the
So
puffy, when they get those dudes in like the real puffy suits. You remember that?
I don't remember. I don't remember that movie.
But it's fun. I mean, it's an ABC show, so it's like what was that show you used to watch? Agents of Shield.
Oh
Where it's
yeah.
like they're fun. It's a
Yeah.
fun show, but it's not
Right.
like. Which, speaking of ABC, did you see that Blade has been pulled from
Oh.
the? It's probably not gonna. So, 2025 is out, delayed indefinitely, which means it's not happening.
Mm,
Which that's fine, you know.
yeah. Well, I thought they were bringing Mahershala Ali in to be Blade, but then the whole
They
Deadpool
were.
thing,
They,
yeah,
they like he was signed on, but I guarantee he was going to drop out. If I heard 2027 now, so there's no way he's going to stay attached to that role. I'm good.
yeah,
He was already in the Marvel universe anyway as Cottonmouth. Like,
yeah. But the Defenders, like Netflix,
but hey, I mean, Charlie Cox is canon.
sure, sure, yeah. I guess they can bring in what they want, but
So apparently, like they were going to bring him in after what was it? Secret Wars,
hmm
and then
dude, ask me the slate of Marvel movies that's coming up. I don't know.
dude,
I have no idea. I kind
are
of just
you
dropped off.
are you current on Agatha?
No, I fucking forgot about it. I watched
I
the
just
first episode
couldn't
of
do
that,
it.
and I meant to watch more.
I
Maybe
just
I'll do
like
that tonight.
it's just one of those things where like we got Rogue Company to play tonight.
Yeah, we do.
I just like I can't. I don't know what it is about Marvel. Maybe I just got so tired of it because they jammed so much down our throats in such a short period of time.
But that's
And it
frustrating because
used
that's what I want. I
and but
want.
it used to be good,
Yeah.
and then you get in this slump of like just shitty fucking like shitty shows, you know?
So do less but better. But then they won't.
Sure.
But then they won't make as much money. It's all about money.
Yeah,
It's all about
that's
the
what it comes
dollar at
down
the end
to.
of the day. So of course they're
Quantity over
gonna try.
quality. Wait, quantity over quality is what they've been doing. But
That's
that was
what they've
quality
been
over
doing.
quantity, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, they took a step back with Star Wars because there was a time, it was when Solo came out, and they had a bunch of stuff slated. Like their schedule was full and
Oh yeah.
packed with Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Yep.
And Solo did poorly,
Which is great because that movie was actually good.
it was not the worst of the Star Wars movies that Disney has
No.
made.
Yeah, right.
And then they like kind of stepped back and started canceling or delaying things that were going to be happening. So, and then shit, I'm the fucking biggest Star Wars fan that I know, and I
Well,
don't even know of stop. No. Who?
we used to work with somebody
Fuck outta
who
here.
some would say is the biggest Star Wars fan because he's built different.
Yeah, he is built different. Just crack the egg right here. Look, I got my X-wing tattoo.
Look at that. So you're a Star Wars guy.
I am. Yeah. Star Wars are my only tattoos.
You know what? My slogan? OFB.
OFB. Only fucking
you know what
bitches.
that means.
Only fucking bitches.
That was my man's go-to.
What was the OFB?
I'm not gonna say it,
Okay.
but you know.
What was I saying about Star Wars?
Yes.
Yeah, but they like started delaying stuff, and then there has been some not so great Star Wars content that's been dropped, which makes me sad. But I still appreciate Star Wars for what it is. I try not to be too critical. I even got the Ubisoft Plus subscription,
Yeah,
so I could
yeah,
play
yeah.
the new Star Wars game, which everyone said was not everyone, but there were so
It got hate.
many people
It got a
saying it
lot
was
of hate.
terrible. It's not a perfect game. First of all, it's an Ubisoft game, so it's never going to be a perfect game. But I've been having a lot of fun playing it, and so I'm going to start ignoring the hate that like some of this media is getting, and just make my own informed opinion on it and enjoy what I can.
Perfect example. Call of Duty comes out in how many days?
A few days, Friday.
So Call of Duty comes out on Friday.
I
It's
can call
going
the
to.
replacer, so I can take off work on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Oh well. Oh yeah. Well,
Isn't that their thing, the replacer? And they like do your work for you that day.
and you pay them like 80 cents on the dollar or whatever, and not even. But Call of Duty will. for whatever reason, it gets a lot of shit, right? Like, no matter what, the user score is going to be like super low, right? Um, but you know what Call of Duty is when you buy it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like it's crazy to me that people shit on these games, but then it's like Madden 25, right?
That's just what I was gonna say.
Motherfucker, it's the same game, it's just different character packs. Like the stats are different. Like that's it.
Sure. Just the stats are different. That's it. It's the same guys playing football.
Yeah. And I don't think that they change any of the mechanics of the game from 24 to 25.
Probably a little bit. They're like, oh, you can now snap the ball
Yeah,
by
you
flicking
can.
the right stick.
And then it just makes it. But like, you know, people used to buy it like they would every year. I have to get the new NBA and the new Madden.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's 120. I mean, we can't really talk, but we don't really buy a lot of video games anymore.
It's
You
all
know,
about
I
Game
would
Pass.
and Gamecast.
Well, there's
and-
Game Pass and there's Dreamcast, or there's GameCube and there's Dreamcast.
He said, "Well, yeah." He said, "Oh, where'd you learn how to do that? Grand Theft Auto 3?" What is Jamie? That was Jamie Kennedy.
Jamie
What is
Kennedy,
he doing?
Malibu's Most Wanted. I don't know. Has he done anything in forever?
He did that movie Sand or whatever, where that giant jellyfish was underground, and anyone who touched the sand died.
Jamie Kennedy. Let's see.
Oh, Son of Mask.
He did, yes, The Son of the Mask. He was in Scream, Kicking It Old School. How do I see what his most recent Wikipedia? Is this the
Wikipedia.
easiest way?
Yeah.
Career. Okay. Dun, 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 dun,
Which,
dun.
while you're looking that up, can I say that I had the Wednesday meal from Burger King?
Oh, how was it?
So it's so I guess they make the bun out of like a purple sweet potato, purple yam.
Okay.
So it's a potato roll.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
And so it doesn't dye your shit, I guess. Like my shit was
good.
normal. And that's
they're not
not
using
because it's a
food dye, right.
natural it's
That's
a natural
nice.
thing. But it was weird eating it. It was like, do you remember when Heinz put out or maybe it was Kraft, the purple ketchup?
Yes.
And the
Yeah.
green
They had
ketchup?
purple and green. Yeah.
And so like the flavor was the same, but it was convincing your mind to say, "Oh yeah, I'll totally eat this ketchup that's not
Mhm.
red."
Mm-hmm. And then
but
it's
I
just
remember-
rainbow.
It was. Did you find
Yeah. So he's been in not that much. Oh, so he had a cameo in the new Scream a couple years ago.
Okay.
Last Call, Roe v. Wade, Ad
Okay.
Astra. So nothing big.
Oh
in
wait,
the last...
didn't he also have the Jamie Kennedy experience?
Yeah,
Isn't that like a
was
legit
how
show?
long ago? But
Shit.
if you're wondering what he's been doing lately,
Hey, Jamie Kennedy, if you want,
if you're not
we
doing
got a spot
anything-
for you right here, man. Yeah. So
I thought you said, I was still looking at my thing. I thought you said, hey, we got a spot for you. And you were scratching your face. I thought you said right here, like he could sit on your face.
right here. So
Best seat in the house.
what is it, Quagmire? When it's he like puts the fucking he moves
His
the
face hits
chair.
the seat.
He's like, I'm sorry, I just really wanted to get close to her. Do you okay? South Park or Family Guy?
Family
Right?
Guy.
Yeah,
tough.
over
That's
South
tough.
Park. They're so different though.
I enjoy. Yes.
You know,
I think South Park is probably the better show, but similar to Chappelle's Show, I watched more Family Guy in my formative years than I did South Park. And I
Well-
caught South Park later in life and really enjoyed it.
I think the thing is with South Park now is that the episodes, like before, every week was something just different, and then they
Yeah.
started making these like season-long plots.
Which I liked at first.
Yeah, it was fine. And especially, I think it was really big when Donald Trump, like in 2016, that
Yep.
election year,
Yep, the
because
first time.
Mr. Garrison was supposed to be Donald Trump,
Yes.
right? And
yes.
and that was funny. But
Yeah.
who was it? Caitlyn Jenner was just hitting everybody.
Buckle up, buckaroos.
Yes, and that shit was funny.
But yeah, for
now-
me, Family Guy over South Park.
But
Yeah.
do you still watch a lot of Family Guy?
I don't watch either of those shows. I told you
Yeah?
I'm watching Archer. I don't know if Archer's still on.
I think
because
Archer's done. Did they go to like? Did they do like the Miami Vice?
I watched that where they were drug dealers one season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that season already. I think I'm on
Okay.
like season like 6, but there's a ton of seasons. It's
And they're
all
all like 20-minute episodes, aren't they? They're short.
that's what I love because I can just
Dude,
crank through 3 while I'm cranking it
they
and then not
short.
really have to pay attention. Yeah.
There's nothing more disappointing. I don't want to say it's disappointing, but you turn on a show and there's 20 episodes and each episode's an hour long. And it's
Oh
like,
my
well,
God.
fuck. And it's like you're 8. So Game of Thrones. I jumped in, I think season 3,
Mhm.
season 4 maybe. And each episode is an hour plus,
Yeah.
and there was 10 episodes a season. So I was like, fuck, like Jen and I binged that like the whole I think we got in like right after the Red Wedding, whenever that no, actually it was even after that because yeah, I don't know, like you kept telling me to watch it and I was like, meh, like I bought season 1 and then meh.
Yeah.
I think Jamie was he was fucking Cersei.
Fucking his sister.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, the good old
That's all you got
incest.
back then. Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's okay. It was okay.
Yeah. Well, when the hottest broad in the whole city is your sister.
Because because I liked it because it feels good or whatever. I- but was that episode 1 where he
Yeah.
pushes
Bran. Push
Bran
Bran
from
out of the
fucking
window.
window?
Uh-huh. The
And
things
then
he says the things I do for love, and he pushes him out the window.
and then Bran gets fucking like the new nickname Bran the Broken. That nickname sucks ass, dog. Out of every nickname in the world, that's who you are.
But spoiler alert, my man came out on top.
So, okay. In the Rookie, the dude that plays Hodor
Okay.
was in an episode, whatever his name, big DJ, big motherfucker.
Yes. He is a DJ. That's right.
He is, yeah. And so Nathan Fillion, no, one of the other characters goes in to talk to him, and a little Game of Thrones. He was
dude,
like,
nod.
he said, well, do you ever get outside? He's like, nah, I spent way too much time outside. I mean, because I'm pretty sure his whole story arc was just him carrying Bran on his back.
Yep.
in Game
He
of
was
Thrones,
just
pretty much.
they didn't have did they have wheelchairs back then? Or not
No, I
back
don't
then,
even think they had wheels. Did you see that video where it's like
Right.
stairs invented like 1701 or whatever, and it's like me in 1695, the dude's just like throwing himself off the second floor. I, I don't know why it took him so long to figure out wheels, though.
I
like,
think they had wheels. You know what?
Well,
they made him a wheelchair at
pull-
the end. They made him a wheelchair at the
they
end.
did.
Yeah.
And I mean,
yeah.
they had like fucking pulleys and shit, and obviously you have to, or you put it on a track, I guess, and
It's like a stairmaster. It's like a stair lift, right?
well,
Like-
and then then you get into the how many year old debate about pyramids, right? Like aliens or how did they do it? No one can really
No
explain.
way they were able to cut that rock at that precision.
Dude, I feel like Joe Rogan really like gets on the like the Egyptian pyramid building.
I always
a
just think
lot.
of that guy. Aliens. What's that
Alien.
from? Ancient
George
Aliens? Is that
Taka Tusa whatever.
some Greek name?
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, man. People definitely. Last week we talked about the mall, and it seemed that the fountains really, that's like a huge
Malls are
nostalgic tick for.
fountains are lit.
Are fountains still relevant?
Longwood Gardens. They have
Sure.
fountains.
A lot
Tell
of
me-
fountains.
Tell me where to find more fountains. Are they
Also
are fountains
Longwood
near
Gardens.
extinct?
Do you
Who's hunting all these fountains?
fuck with Longwood Gardens like that?
My mom does. She has
Yep.
the like the season pass, like the probably the membership. So she'll go and she'll bring, I don't know how it works if they get like 2 free guests or something like that, but she'll bring us all the time and it's cool. We always go at least once during like the winter time when they have it decorated
have
for
to.
Christmas. And then we'll go when it's like one other time in the year at least. And she'll like take the kids and the kids like it. So it's all right.
I just can't. I just can't get into it. Like I don't want to go look at a bunch of lily pads.
Oh, here's flowers.
But like the people that love it, man, like they go all the time.
I know. You should have a talk
Jenna
with my
loves
mom
it.
about
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I will. I'll talk to her. I'll see
You're
her
gonna see
later.
her soon.
Yeah, I'll see her after this. But like, How many people a year though do you think filter through Longwood?
A lot. I think it's
Yeah.
a big tourist thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I mean, it's close to a lot of people, I feel
I
like.
think it's one of those rare instances where people leave like the city of Philadelphia or
Sure.
Baltimore or Washington D.C., New York, and they come here, like it to Longwood. And I
Well,
don't think
okay.
that they have that. I don't know if they have that elsewhere.
So think about, I mean, it's right outside of Delaware because it's like right on the line, pretty much, right?
Hmm.
Like it's like
Hmm.
barely in PA. But you look at Delaware, what is there really to do here in terms of things like that, right? Like you have what?
Oh, I was
Frawley
gonna say
Stadium,
drugs.
drugs. You have Frawley Stadium.
Yeah,
You have 3 shopping malls. 66.6% of them are dying,
as mentioned
as
in previous
mentioned
episode.
previously. And then you have what?
We have beaches.
Beaches, right?
So
and
for
a river racetrack, like that, people actually do come to
the Monster Mile,
yep.
Dover Speedway. Yep, that's pretty lit. We have some. I mean, we've got like county parks and stuff that are pretty nice. Like White Clay Creek State Park is a nice park for people if they're looking to come and do any hiking,
So, what's your favorite thing to do in Delaware?
drugs.
Yeah. Circle back to the drugs.
Like thing that we have. I don't really like to do things. So what makes Delaware great?
Tax free, baby.
It's the people. No, that's probably not it. People.
Yeah. I mean, okay, look, I love living in Delaware just because it's all that I know, right? Like I've lived
Yeah.
here my entire life, but also like Delaware has a really high transfer tax when you're buying a home. I think the dude said when I bought the home, it's second highest or like third highest. I think DC he said on the East Coast, but like it was like 12.5% or something. It was
What's
a
a
lot of
what's a
money.
transfer tax?
So when you buy the home, I guess I had to pay, when you're closing all the closing costs, it was like one of
Oh,
the
I just like did this and signed my name 57 times. So
well,
I didn't really read.
but I'm an idiot and I'm just fucked up because when we were buying the home, I was like, hey, our down payment is this. And then I just forgot about closing costs. Like I didn't think about that at all. You know what? We have some realtor friends. We should really get their take on this too. But I called in, got my mortgage set up, and had to call back. And I was like, hey, I can't down payment. I said I can do it. We need to change it. And then
wrap it into the mortgage.
but then your mortgage goes up, right? So it's like, all right,
Mm.
well, if my closing costs are now going to go down $30,000 because I need to, and I see a lot of, dude, I see a lot of those guys now where they'll say, okay, how much do you make? And the guy will say, I make $70 an hour. I work 40 hours a week or whatever. And he'll say, okay, you make, what's that, 12 G's a month or whatever. You can afford a home for $5,000. But it's like, okay, you can afford the home, but like that's assuming you have zero car payments, zero other types of
That's what
financial
they approve
responsibility.
you for.
And they want you to take it because fuck it, I don't give a fuck if you can make the payments or not, right?
Yeah,
Because
if
I'll
you
just take the fucking
foreclose,
home. Yep.
I get the house again.
Yep.
So
Yep. And you're not going to put the 20% down, so the home's going to be protected with the insurance anyway. You're going to have to pay the private mortgage insurance. So like everyone's protected, so I don't give a fuck.
I don't know if I told you. Two of my neighbors are moving. Listed their house on the market. Two
Two
doors
of them?
down. Two doors down, either direction. That's
What about
almost a
three
really
doors
that's almost a really sick band. Yeah, two doors down in either direction are selling their homes. So we're about to get some new neighbors soon.
Dude, new neighbors, it's always so like you're either gonna get really cool people that keep to themselves or they're like,
Wait, let me ask you, what do you get your new neighbors? What do you do? Because
What
I
is
want to
the-
do I want to do
okay.
a fucking Jello mold. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
in like the 50s.
Oh, all right. Then a fruitcake.
Here's, what my neighbors did when I moved in?
What?
What is, okay, yeah, like an acceptable gift because I thought this gift was really cool. So next door, we live next to a cop. Him and his wife, he brought over a bottle of Snoop Red and a $25 gift card to Amazon.
You say Snoop Red?
Yeah,
What's
like
that?
Snoop's like wine. It's like the red wine. And it was good, man. And I thought that was a really cool gift. So then when our neighbors moved in on the other side, I brought him a
Same bottle of Snoop Red that your other neighbor got you.
and the $25 gift card. No, I gave a $25 Amazon gift card, but then I went to First Day Brewery because I'm like, hey, you're moving in from Pennsylvania or whatever. You've never been here probably.
Right.
These beers are fucking great.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I think something like that, like especially if they're not local, like finding something that is local and gifting that to them. I mean,
Yeah.
around you, like I don't know if you have like a food, like some like
You know where I'm going this weekend? I think it's Dew Point Brewing. That's pretty close. That's
Dew
up off
Point.
Yorkland Road. And they have a nice little Silas his flag football's done this Saturday championship. They're undefeated this season, so we'll see if they can.
Are they having a party there?
So then afterwards, they're going to go to Dew Point Brewing, and
Okay.
yeah, it's because it's not far. It's based out of Hockessin, right up the street, because they play at the Hack.
So something like that I think is cool, right? Instead of like a Jello mold, I don't want fucking Jello, or like don't bake me a casserole.
I'm making a Jello mold because I think it's funny.
Okay, so when you eat Jello though, do you not prepare it in a bowl?
I don't
And,
really
or
eat
do you
Jello. Honestly, the last 25 times that I've prepared Jello has been in little tiny cups, and they've been mixed with vodka, and they're just Jello shots.
Are you sure it's not at the Chinese buffet?
Ah, you're right. And they do it in a big baking sheet.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
it always
slice
has
them
to
up into squares.
grind.
Ew. Yeah, that was fucking gross. That's why I blanked that out of my head.
So, do you think that like if you do a Jello mold, like you have to like use this? Like, what is the most popular Jello flavor that you would have to?
Probably red,
Sure.
right? And I think I'm gonna just do it in a bundt cake sheet,
Okay.
like pan, right?
What about a cunt cake?
Cunt cake. It's just
Okay.
vagina. It's just vagina shaped. It's like this, real textured.
Sure.
I mean,
Lifelike.
all right, hear me out. This could be a new like Valentine's Day gift is you sell a kit where she molds her vagina.
I think that is
and-
a thing. Isn't that called like a molded vagina?
Yes, but that's for sexual purposes. I think that you use this vagina mold, pour like a food safe plaster thing
Okay.
around it, and then you're able to make, I guess it wouldn't be plaster. You put fucking whatever on there, and then you make a Jello mold out of it. And then you give it to your new neighbors and you say, hey, this is my wife's vagina.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Or what if you give them a? Have you ever fucked with the clone of Willy?
No.
Was it neighbors were like, wait, you're supposed to shave first, and the
Oh,
dude like
he
rips
ripped
it
the
off,
hair
so it's
off?
got all
Yeah.
the fucking hair. But so you've never fucked with one of those?
No,
Apparently
no.
They don't work that well.
Probably not. And then what
Okay.
are you supposed to do? Fill it with something and then you make a dildo?
You get hard and you shove your dick into it.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say this. There's way better dildos out there than one that's shaped after my dick.
And I think that most women don't want a dildo that is shaped like their spouse's dick, right? Like I
She
can get
gets
that.
She gets this every day that she wants it. But she's
Like I
going to
need
want a
something that,
different
like,
thing.
I want something that's 4, 5, 6 inches, versus what we got.
I mean, I don't know. I definitely want a mold of her vagina over any other vagina. Just kidding.
So,
That doesn't.
I-
I don't think a vagina mold sounds nice.
what did you watch Dave where he spent like thousands of dollars and he bought like the sex mold and it's like got like the tits and like the actual
I might have seen that episode. Yeah.
and but people go hard as fuck for those. There's a Robot Chicken episode where like the professor's like can you fuck it? And so I guess China or Japan just like revealed their robot, right? And
Okay.
it looks real. But like that
Oh, and then
somebody
somebody
clipped
posted.
that to it.
Yes, I think I
You
could see
fuck
that.
it.
Okay,
because that's
how
what
about this?
happened.
Robot Chicken, fourth best sketch comedy show. There you go. You nailed it. Because I wasn't even
Robot
thinking about that.
Chicken is
Robot Chicken's
fucking
really funny.
funny.
You want to talk about somebody like that's just got fucking ADHD making a TV show? 100%.
Fucking Seth Green, dog. Like,
Yep.
but
Seth Green's very
Seth
funny.
Green is crazy because he was like I feel like his 30s in Austin Powers, which is fucking wild to me.
Well, he peaked in when he did
Without a Paddle.
for sure. Peaked without a paddle.
So Seth Green he's 50.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
but I mean, like, so he's making a fuck ton of money playing Chris. right? Like
Yeah, on
that's
Family Guy.
so he's set for life just by doing that. But I think he also has a podcast now.
Of
You know,
course. Yeah. He'll
um,
let anybody make a podcast these days.
oh
Like I
wait,
said,
wasn't he in Rat Race?
he was in
Yeah.
Rat Race.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah. He
Oh,
was.
and he
Was he
was
with
in
the
Mass
real?
Effect.
He was in Mass Effect. Who
Hmm.
was he in
Big
Mass
game.
Effect?
Um, he also is Howard the Duck, so don't get it
Oh,
twisted.
okay. Okay. So it's in the
Um,
Marvel universe.
so Mass Effect, Jesus Christ, he's been in a lot of shit. When did Mass Effect come out?
2004, maybe
I'm
2002.
gonna say 2007. Yeah, 2007. Jeff
No.
Joker. Yeah, 2007.
Def Joker.
Jeff
Oh,
Joker.
Jeff Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mass
Yeah.
Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3.
Oh, okay.
He was also in Watch Dogs as Bobby Ames.
Yeah,
Bobby
that's,
Amos.
that's okay.
And Call of Duty Infinity Warfare. He was Poindexter Zitterman.
God damn it. So Infinity Warfare, is that what it was called? Not Advanced Warfare? Or
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare.
And that was the one where you had the fucking, wasn't it the one with Kevin Spacey where you had like the mech suits
Yeah, I
where
think
you
so.
would like run up walls?
So that's when it all started to like really fall apart for them. Like people were like, I don't like the whole future stuff. But
I'll never
but
forget
that's when I
this.
was really fucking good because I
You
did.
were, yeah, dude. I used to hate playing with you because you'd be like, "Chicken my 70 kills."
But
And I had,
now
like,
it's
zero.
you. But now it's you doing that. Speaking of which, can we get something? I know that people are pushing for this. I really just want to have Rogue Company be revived. If we can get every single person listening to this podcast playing Rogue Company, it's a free
Yes.
fucking game. There's no excuse. You can download it on your Xbox, on your PlayStation, on your PC, and just fucking play. And reach out to us, and we'll fucking play with you. We will sweat or get sweated on by a bunch of
Doesn't
fucking
matter. Look,
losers.
I think I can speak for both of us when I say Rogue Company is my favorite multiplayer game.
It's definitely my first. It's definitely my favorite third-person arena shooter.
Yep,
For sure.
absolutely. It's
Hands
so
down.
fun. It's
I don't
so
think there's one
fun.
better than that.
It's
And
just
but it's dying.
It
And we
is.
need people to start playing and fucking do shit with it.
like
because
it's
they did
dying
have-
so bad. Like it might be dead by like this time next year.
It might be. The battle pass runs out December 31st of 2025. It says, but that
Dude, they've
doesn't-
been on the same battle pass for like fucking what,
might have been
a
over,
year?
over a year now. I think.
So if you're listening to this, Rogue Company,
Download it.
download it. We aren't getting paid by.
No.
I don't think anyone
High
is.
res.
Like,
High res ain't paying nobody.
they just announced a bunch of layoffs and they're shutting down 2 more games. But
Yeah.
if you're listening, please download Rogue Company, play with us.
Yeah.
We'll if you hit us up, seriously, message us.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go shave. Are you shaving your head? You don't have to.
I am gonna shave my head, get all the pubic lice out of my
Are
head.
you actually gonna shave it?
No, I'm not gonna shave my hair.
'Cause I don't think that actually does anything.
No,
like I
shave-
think they just burrow in.
It feels real. Like I said, she didn't see any. But she like I washed my hair and then she put some shit in there and then I had to sit with it on my head for like 10 minutes and then I had to go rinse it out. I should be good, but I guess I won't.
Are
wear
you
a
going to
hat.
sleep in there with her tonight?
I could
Share
sleep-
the bed.
I could sleep in this bed. Yeah. We're in it together.
Fuck
We don't have
that,
a
man.
single confirmed case, but we're just being
Oh, I thought she had
precautionary.
it.
No, she just thinks that she has it. She was
Oh.
like, boy, is my head itchy. I told her. It's
Oh
in-
wait, but she didn't see any critters.
no, I even like.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
oh.
So I went
Okay,
through a
well-
bunch of stuff for possibly nothing, but we're just being safe.
Nah, dude.
Man.
Well, because the alternative is if it gets so bad that you have to fucking get your home treated.
It's lice, not bed bugs.
Oh yeah. Which bed bugs are fucking devastating.
Yeah,
That shit.
yeah.
I think don't you have to get the little like
And
little
then you
grenades?
tent your house, and then
Like bed bugs are, and then Walter White comes in and cooks meth.
starts cooking meth in there while I'm doing that. Yeah, hell yeah.
But bed bugs are nasty,
Yeah,
and like
she's real,
sometimes,
she's real paranoid about that too.
I mean, but that's a real thing. Especially you go to like a fucking hotel.
Yeah, I guess.
I always like get like if I get itchy, I'm like, oh no. Like if you're like in a hotel bed,
Yeah.
do you when you go to a hotel, do you use the comforter?
Yeah, I use it all.
Do you?
Yeah, I absolutely use it all. I use the comforter. I use the sheets. I use the pillows. I use the fucking washcloths. I use everything.
What about the robe?
Yes, especially the robe.
Do you use the
'Cause I don't
robes?
have a robe at home.
What?
I want
Yeah,
a good
neither.
robe recommendation because I think that I would rock a robe really well.
Sure.
Although, only if it's really warm though, because I guess during the wintertime we don't keep our house real hot. I just tell everybody to bundle up. So I don't know if I want like my ankles showing and then being real cold. I don't know how to rock a robe appropriately.
Did I
I'm
ever
not-
tell you about my robe story and our couples massage?
No.
So when we got married, we got couples massages, right? And before we went in, so we did. It was like manicures, pedicures, and the massage.
Uh-huh.
So did the manis and the pedis, and they're like, all right, well, why don't you slip into the robe? You know, go into the bathroom. The bathroom had like razors if you wanted to shave. So I put the robe on, and they said, get down to whatever you're comfortable in. So I came out with just the robe untied, just. And so I walked out, and Jenna's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I thought they said." I was like, "Do you have underwear on?" She's like, "Yeah, I have my fucking underwear." So my dick's just out, and everyone's like, I don't know if anyone saw me, but then proceeded to get manhandled by a giant fucking Russian dude,
Okay.
and he definitely like was working
Did he
the
get in there?
testicle region. Oh yeah, he definitely was.
He was probably picking up what you were throwing down when you came out naked.
And we thought it would be more. We were like, well, let's go with the same sex because that'll be less stressful or whatever. And he was this big dude, and on the side he sold watermelons. He said he had a
Vlad.
watermelon stand. Yeah, Vladislav.
Is that not the Seinfeld episode where George gets a massage?
I
and he
felt
gets
it move.
it moved, Jerry. It moved.
But that begs the question: if anyone's giving you a massage, right?
Yeah.
Massages feel good.
Sure. Well, sort of. Sometimes.
They should, in theory.
Yeah,
What I
right.
got was painful and scary.
The deep tissue massages fucking hurt, but then you feel good later.
Yeah, you get the nice hot stone. But if it moves, does
Yeah.
that say something about you or no?
Only if you kiss, I think.
Sure, that's the.
So I think that's
There's
it.
this episode of Law and Order SVU, like an old one,
Uh-huh.
and it's a real fucking episode. And the guy's like,
SVU.
yeah, and I don't understand why, like, whatever. And the guy's like, he said, I'm not gay. He's like, I love women. And then he's like, but I also have sex with men. And then Ice-T's like, well, then I got news for you. You've been gay. And it's a real line. And the fact that like that's popping up on my,
I'll tell you what. I see he ain't wrong.
you know what? Okay, who's harder, Ice-T or Ice Cube?
Oh, did I tell you? But did I ever wear that shirt in front of you?
With the
It's
fucking
glass-
Ice-T with the
It's a glass of iced tea with Ice T's face and a bunch of ice cubes in it, and all the ice cubes are Ice Cube's face.
So you and I have an acquaintance who has that shirt. I won't say his name, but you know who
Okay.
it is.
I think I remember you telling me about
Uh-huh.
that. I haven't worn that shirt since you told me that. Also, that shirt, I don't know. Would that shirt be? Does that shirt go hard? And does that shirt go
that
hard
shirt
for me to
goes
wear it?
hard as fuck.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's way too small for me now. I don't
Even
know if I
better.
got just wear it. It's like a little belly shirt.
So wait, who's harder though, Ice Cube or Ice T?
Ice Cube. Ooh, I don't know.
I mean, they're both gangster as fuck. I wouldn't
They-
fuck with either of them.
They are. You know what? Has Ice-T ever done anything like what's that movie where Ice Cube has to drive his family around?
Fucking ride along? No, not ride along. Yes.
Sort of like road trip, but it's with the family. I forget
He's
what
like,
it's called.
I paid $30,000 for this Tahoe or whatever.
So for that reason, I'm going to say Ice-T is harder.
And Ice T has fucking body count. Yo, body count goes hard.
That's
as fuck.
right. They're the is that the
He's
Screamo?
got that heavy metal band. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, like that band goes hard.
Ice-T
What does
does.
Ice Cube have besides? Well, I mean, Ice Cube was NWA, so
Yeah.
there's that. That's
pretty hard,
NWA
too.
also goes hard. So,
Both legends. It's all right.
both legends. Yep. All right. Well, go shave your head. All
I'll shave my head. I'll be. Let's play Rogue Company.
right. Rogue Company. For those of you listening,
Yes.
download and play. Download today. Yeah.
We're not sponsored by High Res.
Yeah. All right, man. See ya.